Hey y'all, so I've had a few people ask for me to kind of do some video and some, I don't know, maybe some blogging or something like that as we're transforming this house. Who knows what I'll get to, but at this point I'm driving up to the house, and as you can see, it's set pretty far back. It's kind of dark. You can tell how the beautiful trees are, but they're just so huge and they're really blocking out a lot of the sun. Also, the driveway has what probably were, I don't know, some built up brick to where people had maybe some sort of vase or urn or something like that, and it looks like in some places that some cars have hit them, so we're going to be taking those out. It's a pretty great driveway. It's kind of wide, so you've got a decent amount of parking for cars to be able to get by. As you pull up, the curb appeal isn't great. I'm going to go ahead and get out of the car so that you can kind of get a better look. So you have a lot of overgrown landscaping. These bushes look like they're ready to attack. So those are going to get all pulled out. And it's nice because you do have an aggregate little sidewalk going up to the house. I'm pretty sure that I'm about to run into a spider web here, so we're going to avoid walking in between the big pom-pom bushes, and we'll walk around. So one thing that we noticed right away was this huge, gorgeous magnolia tree. But magnolia trees are really supposed to be about 40 feet from the house. Their roots go out really far, and as you can see, this is a massive tree. This tree is, among the other ones that are so high, is definitely one of the issues as far as filling in the gutters, and we don't want that. So from the roots all the way to the top, it's just a problem. So as beautiful as it is, unfortunately, this guy is going to have to be taken down. You can also see how it's leaning. At some point, this thing is going to fall. So we hate to use some of our budget for this, but we're just going to have to. Also, it certainly is blocking a lot of light, and that's one thing that I just can't stand. I've got to have light in my house. So as we're moving this way, you can see lots of overgrown bushes that have just not been taken care of, an old stump. All of this is going to have to get taken out all along the way. So that's kind of a big project. But we're going to kill two birds with one stone, because we do have some water damage down in the basement. So we're going to have to get a backhoe in here and get down into the foundation and see what we've got going on. And then we will regrade all of the dirt to try to get water wicked away. Considering a French drain as well. That's just the number one thing we've got to do, is get water away from this house. So again, we've got this aggregate in the front here. This has not been sealed in a really, really long time. There is definitely water that's coming down in between where the brick and the aggregate meet, and really the only way to stop this is either to pull all of this out, which would be quite a labor-intensive job, or cap it. And that's honestly the cheapest thing to do. So we're actually going to take concrete in here and pour a couple of inches on top, kind of sand it down, smooth it out, and yeah, and that's going to take care of it. So that concrete that we'll get actually has a water sealant mixed within it, and so that's going to really be great. So that'll be kind of like a correct-all. We did have some gutter issues up here at the top. You can see where all the water kind of created some mildew, and that went down in the basement as well. So this will all kind of fix it. We're going to put some flashing up with new siding. This is old wood siding that needs to be torn out. And we're going to take some hardy board and replace any of that wood siding, as well as, you can see, this was actually considered a Tudor house because it has this stucco look along the front. We are going to transform this from a stucco Tudor house to a farmhouse. So you can see how the roof line is, and it can very easily become a farmhouse look. So anywhere where you see the stucco, that's going to be hardy board siding. We're going to leave the vinyl siding, that's brand new, and as much as I don't love vinyl siding, at least it's vertical, and so that goes along with the farmhouse look. All of that brown metal trim is going to come out, and that will be replaced with hardy board trim. We've got a couple of new windows, and we're going to take a look and see if we need to replace those windows or just replace the seal around it and update those. Then the whole house is going to get painted, so it won't look anything like this when we're done. So that is the outside front of the house. We really love the surroundings that it's in. These trees are absolutely beautiful, but they sure are going to need to be trimmed to avoid more gutter issues. So that's what we're dealing with outside.